exponential rate. Today, the number of dead has reached over 825. We are here today to speak for the people of Gaza, the people who are running terrified from their bombed homes, the people who are lying screaming, wounded in Gaza's hospitals, the doctors and nurses who have not slept or eaten in days as they struggle to save as many lives as they can. We are here to speak for the people who are burying their dead, for those who lost their voice through shock, and we are here, most importantly, for whose lives have been cruelly ended by this massacre and who will never be able to shout again.
Gasping for final breath, dying in dignity but not in fame, the last screams call for peace. Where is humanity? Even the dead are not left in peace. Standing here today, we're thousands of miles away, our hearts weep and mourn, our tears are dry, our humanity is shaken to its core. Feeling helpless yet standing strong, for siding with the oppressed is a duty, not a choice. Our voices vanish into space. Will anyone hear us? Will anyone hear our screams? Silenced we are to please a world accepting of the killing of children. We raise our voices louder, waiting for peace to reign. Holding hands we stand, one voice, same demands. Justice is all we demand. The awakening of humanity is a duty and a demand. We are the voice of the silence. Thank you.
My name is Miriam Mayer, and I am a Jewish Israeli Canadian. I lived in Israel for 15 years, and I worked with Palestinian children and youth, so I really know what went on. And I want to reassure you that there are many other Jewish people in Canada and in the United States who stand with you, who really want peace, who really are concerned about what is going on now, and really want to stand with you and help the peace process. And we have to do that by urging our government and urging anyone else you know to please stand up with us. And we want to free Palestine. Shalom, shalom.
There is another word that some are loath to use. That word is genocide. Genocide. There are many peoples throughout history who have suffered genocide. And indeed, under Article 2 of the 1948 United Nations Convention on the Prevention and Prosecution of Genocide, there are acts taking place within Gaza which may constitute genocide, do constitute genocide. Call it what it is, and do not be afraid to call it for what it is.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. That means the Khalsa belongs to God and victory belongs to God. As Sikhs, we can share the pain with our Palestinian brothers and sisters. I'm a Calgarian, I've been born and raised in this city. And what happened was what's been going on for the last 40, 50 years in Palestine. We can relate to that because we've been through that. There was a genocide done on our people 30 years ago, and there still is to this day a silent genocide happening to our people in India. This is amazing, this is history today, seeing all the people from all walks of life united together. This marks history. And we're going to show the oppressors that our people are waking up, and this next generation, we're a generation that's educated. We don't have the media trying to brainwash us what to believe, what not to believe. All our human rights activists, whether it was Martin Luther King or Malcolm X, Nelson Mandela, We have so many people, even Nelson Mandela, we know the whole world respects him. He was standing for Palestine. He knew that there's no freedom until the Palestinian people are free. That was one of his quotes.
Long story short, she found out she was pregnant in the winter and decided to come back to Canada because the conditions in Gaza were slowly deteriorating. Since April, she's been trying to leave the Strip, and every solution basically rested on her being able to cross the border. But of course, Egypt has the Rafah border closed, and the embassy didn't really help. This process dragged on for months, and then unfortunately, the war started. So basically, things became really real, really fast. She was 28 weeks pregnant at this point. She started talking more frequently with the embassy and evacuation services. Instead of busting butt to get her out, they pretty much told her, "We warned you not to go." They chided her when she asked for help. That was the response of the Canadian Embassy and Evacuation Services. Just so everyone knows. Now, it was days of this running around. There were failed trips to the border crossing to get out. And then they started the ground invasion last week. She was 31 weeks pregnant, and all of a sudden, she went into labor. When they called for an ambulance, they told her it might be impossible to get her out.
It was Friday. I was at the Southwest Mosque making Friday prayers, and I went down the stairs, and at the base of the stairs at the Southwest Mosque, there's a kitchen to your right, and then there's shelves to your left. On top of the shelves to the left is a little box. It's a little wooden box, probably about 3 feet by about 10 inches high. It's a box, it's a coffin, is what it is. It's a coffin for children, for babies, for toddlers. When they die in the community, we don't bury them we don't take them to the cemetery in adult-sized coffins. We take them in child-sized coffins. And every time I go downstairs to make wudu or go to the kitchen or speak to somebody downstairs, I always look up at that box, that small pine box. And I think of the mothers that put their children in those boxes. I think of the mothers every single day in Gaza that don't even have the dignity, that can't even dignify their children enough to put them in those little boxes. I think of their little hands and their little feet. And I think of the mothers, and I think that it's 2014 and this is happening. And I think that it's extraordinary that our government supports it. So I'm not a firebrand, I'm not a very good speaker, I'm not very good at a lot of things. I'm here because I came to drop off a box because I didn't have the faith that you all did. I do now, but I want you guys, after this thing is done, I want to make sure that you guys thank the police. I want to make sure that you guys thank SIMA if you get a chance, all of the people that organized this event, and most importantly, the next time you don't want to come out to something like this because you don't think it's going to make a difference, or because you're lazy, or because you're tired, or because you're fasting, or because of a million reasons, think of that little box.
Thank you, Adam.
You think that you know all about terrorism, but you don't know it the way I do. So let me redefine the term for you and teach you what you thought you knew. Terrorism breathes the air I breathe. It's the checkpoint on my way to school. It's the curfew that jails me in my own home, and the penalties of breaking that curfew rule. An apple fell on Newton's head, and he discovered the law of gravity. Hundreds of bombs fell on Gaza, but no one discovered the laws of humanity. And if I am killed, it will be for Palestine. It's written on my breath. So in your own patriotic words, give me liberty or give me death. The soldier's hand moved to the trigger, counting down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that was it. The small wounds in his flesh leaked blood, much like the way his crying eyes leaked tears. The images swirled before him right until the end, leaving Palestine imprinted upon his mind without the oxygen to sustain it. And with his very last breath, he uttered the words, "I will tell God everything." Thank you.
And present a way of thinking about how to be effective not simply in this rally, but throughout our lives and every day. Martin Luther King Jr. reminded us of a choice that we face as human beings. This is an issue not just for Gaza, but for all of humanity throughout the planet. We must learn to live together as brothers, or we will perish together as fools. We can think of this as option A and option B. Option A will give us a huge advantage as a global community. We will steadily build our strength and enhance human options for the future. But we have been choosing option B. We are caught in the trap of perishing as fools. 2 world wars in the 20th century, the war in Vietnam when I was a young man, and an ongoing waste of our resources to create the means of human destruction, the warfare system, us versus them.
I understand that racism is not natural, it's man-made. To be a racist, you have to have an ideology, a set of beliefs that make you feel superior to somebody. So when I knew what's been happening in Gaza since 2007, because I had friends of mine who are from the Middle East who were stuck in a situation and they had to be evacuated. And as a 14-year-old, I said to myself, what does Israel have that the Palestinians don't, that they can do what they do and get away with it? So I come here, I'm part of the South Sudanese community, so you guys know what we went through with the North. The media tells me, oh, they killed you because you were black and because you were a Christian, you were the animist South, and that's why they killed you guys. That's what the Western media fed me. But when I did my research, I found out that we were dying over resources. It had nothing to do with the color of my skin or the religion that my people believed in. It was all resources. So we have to be careful about the Western media because oftentimes it's a propaganda machine. We're not being told the truth. So today we're here for Gaza because we're fighting to liberate them from the oppression system of the Israeli government.
And why do we come and rally? It's not to be the loudest people in the block. It's not to be louder than anyone else. It's to call for truth. Call for truth, for justice, to demand that the people that represent us in our own country represent truth and justice. So as a grandfather, I'm here as a father, a grandfather, a citizen. I'm not here as a politician. But I know something about how politics works. Politics works when you turn on the light of truth and you turn up the heat of human rights. So you have a very serious responsibility here, and it's not to make noise here. The responsibility is to make peace here and to make heat on your politician. If you do not write a letter, if you do not meet with your politician, if you do not communicate very strongly the need to stop the violence now, then you have not done your job. This rally means nothing.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you. Alhamdulillah, this is all Canadian. This is Canadian because we stand for human rights. The genocide in Gaza is absolutely a horrible crime that the Israelis are committing. Those who are killing innocent children, those who are killing women, they are committing a crime. It is absolutely about humanity. It is not about supporting someone or opposing someone. Look what is going on in Gaza. I think if we have a little conscience, we will stand up for the people of Gaza and we will condemn what killing machines are being used by the army in Israel, by the government of Israel. And unfortunately, it is so bad, it is so unfortunate that Mr. Stephen Harper, who was born as a Canadian, has become an un-Canadian Prime Minister of Canada.
We want peace. We want justice. 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 We want peace.